All right, everyone, just give us a moment while we set up here. Oh, and Vashawn, you know what else I learned about a diet thing? So of course, you know, I'm with my mom. So what happens when you're with your mom? Baby, come eat, baby, eat. But we ate very healthy. But she reintroduced me to root beer.
Oh, really?
But here's the good thing. Have you ever read the calories on the back of A&W root beer? You know how many calories? Guess how many calories that is?
125.
Nope. Jason, do you know how many calories are in an A&W root beer?
275.
No. Lewis.
100.
Deputy Mejia. Oh, Deputy Laura?
Like 500.
No.
25.
It's the same number of grams of sugar in A&W that there are in calories. 0. Either that's correct or somebody put the wrong label on that bottle.
I can't think that that's right.
Hey, that's what it said. And I double checked it. I'm going to see if it's wrong or not. If it is, I'm in trouble. If it's not, a new world has opened for me. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, please stand and make sure you announce to let me know you're here. If you don't announce, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Jonathan Bolden, Andres Mencheca, Perfecto Escobedo Jr. In custody, we have Christopher Jones, Nicholas Courtney, Devon Wilson, Kent Yates, Darren Doze. Vashawn, people have put on the docket as though my mind is not a steel trap. They're going to write, they're here to receive a new trial date. People don't want me to shock them by saying, you're going to trial today. Where's Darren Doze? See, he's dressed for trial. Thank you, Mr. Doze. Eric Gonzalez Lopez, Froilan Guzman, Andrew Arnett. You're supposed to be in impact court. Is that second floor, everyone?
Yes, second floor.
Second floor. And you'll see above the door where it says impact court. You're welcome. If they think you're late, just have them call up here. Randy Elizondo.
He had a evaluation done. That was last Thursday. So we still don't have a report.
All right. Well, let's see if he shows.
Well, I talked to Norma last Thursday since he didn't even. And so I told him he didn't need to show up.
Okay, just give me a moment and I'll take that up after docket. Richard Sosa, custody. Matthew Allen Castillo. Matthew Allen Castillo should be in impact court. Jerry Torres. All right, you should be in impact court. It's on the second floor. Thanks for dressing appropriately for trial. John Naranjo, custody. Juan De Jesus, guys, he should be in impact court. Arturo Villanueva, you should be in impact court. It's on the second floor. In custody is Juan Garcia, Aldo Salas, Claudia Aaron. Thank you. Eric Cantu. Thank you. Lorio Labardi. All right, thank you. Frank Patterson.
Yes, President.
Thank you. Gabriel Archia. Thank you. How do you pronounce the last name? Ichartea. All right. Virginia Cerna, impact. Joshua Estrada. Pete Garcia, custody. April Garcia. Joel Garcia. Refugio Rodriguez. Refugio. Thank you. Joe Yanez, custody. Enrique Soriano. Thank you. Renee Sines. Perfecto Escobedo. And custody, we have David Ingram, David Gonzalez, Jaime Torres. Jaime Torres? All right, you're not in custody. Who's your attorney? Could you double check? All right, thank you. Just have a seat. Could you check to make sure he's not in custody? I mean, if he is in custody, then we have a problem because he's in court. All right. Robert Castillo, that's supposed, thank you. David Aguirre, thank you. Valentin Perez. Victor Ruiz. Robert Marble.
Custody.
Oh, custody. All right, is there anyone who's present and your name was not called? All right, everyone, attorneys, these are the rules. I try not to repeat them, but then you all forget the rules. So those are the court's files for the prosecutor. Just pull them, place them on their table, and they will confer with you. Do not approach the court unless you confer with the state and confer with your client. If your client is in custody, just request it from the deputy to have them brought out. Probation is in the back. If your client is on probation or if you're working out a plea bargain agreement, please confer with probation. All right, everyone. It's Monday. Let's have a great day.
I'm at Doris in custody.
All right. Oh, he's right out there. Is there another Jaime Torres? He said his client is. Let me ask you, are you Jaime Torres Senior? You're senior? Okay. So is your son junior in custody?
Yeah.
All right. So that's junior and this is senior. So are you on the docket? Do you have a case pending? Excuse me, Mr. Torres, do you have a case on the docket?
His son does, Your Honor.
All right, so here's the thing. You can't be answering docket for your son. All right, so yeah, you can't answer the docket for your son.
I'm
Hello.
Mr. Elizondo, Judge.
All right, can I see the file on Elizondo, please? What are the results of the
He
evaluation?
has, it was done Thursday.
Okay.
So we're still waiting. I'm assuming it's gonna take a couple of weeks before we get a report back.
Okay. And it's Randy Elizondo.
Yes. And I talked to Norma about that and I kind of explained to her and I shot her an email last Friday. Okay.
Oh my goodness, everyone, our intern is ill. Who breathed on the intern?
Idea?
That's fine. And you know, the intern is too nice to say, don't stand so close to me. I'm gonna have to work with him on that. Have him set some boundaries.
That was fast.
All right, Norma, recall Elizondo, your client needs to be in court. Norma, recall him for June 17th.
And I was just,
Oh, no problem.
okay, no, that's, hopefully we'll have a report by then, Judge.
Okay.
Hey, I got it. Sorry.
We have the excuse.
Yes.
Our county system has seven sides. So anything will be requested, we can drop that over, you know. in order to calculate.
Because the affidavit of surety was in May of last year, and I've been in custody, federal custody.
It will be correct.
Maybe
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I'll be back. I'm gonna grab some water.
Okay.
the judgment of federal court,
Okay, whatever.
and it's 10/14/21. It's when he,
Present day.
present day, he's been in federal custody. I brought an extra copy.
You'll be next thing after.
Oh, I can, let me go ahead and highlight it.
All right.
All right, everyone, please be seated.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, how's it going?
All right.
No, I do not. All right, thank you. No problem. Okay, bye-bye.
950. Thank you.
If I'm supposed to go to impact court.
Yes.
Michael, you just finished your trial and now we're pulling you back in, like in the movies.
I'm thrilled.
Okay.
That's my life. So much better.
You know, before I take that as
Hey, Maria. Oh, we're good.
Good. He's on time. Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, it's no problem.
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Solace? Yeah. It is, and, take a look at it. Yeah. I have a proposal. And it is marriage.
Okay.
Are you coming through?
How do you guys- I was telling you that-
Be a name, Yomara, a woman. Testify as we also ran from the city because of marijuana.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
All right. Absolutely.
Norma, did Judge Hart take care of Justine Sumi?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
I was with you the other day. I'm.
Yes, I remember. Welcome back.
So, because I remember. I had to try to get.
And Norma, did you respond to Mazick? Concerning the mock trial that he wants to do with his students? Yes.
Set his record.
Please.
Six of the every function. I think that today. Go on a little trial.
You still there?
Yes, sir. For church.
First of all, we need to work out this deal. All right, you wanna.
Figure it out.
They should be going in this week. Tomorrow, maybe like, I know.
Well, no, I mean, I'll put it in the.
That's why I did it. We were here last time, last week on, last time we referred to, you know, how we just play witness.
Okay.
That's what we're at.
I will go back.
Yeah, I'm gonna run that search with that. Yes.
Can I choose one of them?
It's gonna take a little bit, 30 minutes.
Right, Patterson? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ready? And read this again.
You're all right. I'm thinking all the things.
I'm not saying wrong. I'm getting that.
All right, so if you'll get the file.
It's not that. She might be back.
Alley's like, do you know, like, one or two? Okay.
One more scan. No. There.
Yes.
I'm here representing Frank Patterson. He's here.
Okay.
And he has an interview tomorrow, felony veterans treatment court.
All right, so felony veterans treatment court. Could I see the file on his client, please? No. Felony veterans treatment court need to be here because what we're here for today is that they're supposed to accept him by May 2nd. So he's, yes,
I have an update on
yes.
it. So, there are several attempts made by Veterans Treatment Court to get in contact with him. And from what they say, is that he did not follow up with,
All right, Mr. Patterson,
and he did not provide
come forward.
the information that was needed to continue with everything. At this point, they are rejecting them. They are not in the office this week. They're at a conference.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Mr. Patterson. You didn't give them the information they requested in a timely manner, so
I have an assessment tomorrow.
no. Here's what ended up happening. Veterans Treatment Court came in here and I told them that this issue needed to be resolved this month.
Mhm.
And I gave them a date. They told me it will be resolved by May 2nd. I said, great, we're gonna put it on May 20th. So that would give everybody some extra time.
Right.
And it has not been resolved. We've been with this Veterans Treatment Court since March. So I'm not moving any further with Veterans Treatment Court. This case is either moving to a plea agreement in this court or it's moving to jury trial. And if between now and then Veterans Treatment decide to accept you, oh well, but I'm not waiting for Veterans Treatment Court anymore. They are saying that you did not turn in documentations like you were supposed to,
Yeah, well, I
and
have
that you
the-
didn't appear.
I have the email with saying that that I have the assessment tomorrow.
No. What Veterans Treatment Court is telling me through probation is that you didn't give them any of the information that they requested in a timely manner, so they're rejecting you. Do you have something that shows that you gave them the information they wanted in a timely manner?
All I have is the email saying the assessment's tomorrow.
No, that's not my question. My question, let's start here. You were here in court on April 30th.
Mhm.
Veterans Treatment Court, they said they would accept you or deny you by May 2nd. So I moved this to May 20th to give them an extra padding. So my question to you is, between April 30th and May 2nd, did you turn over any documents to them that they requested?
Yes, a relief form that I had to sign and send back to them.
And did you turn over the DD 214?
I did that same day at the court. I sent that to Mr. Herman.
All right, so basically what you're telling me, well, not basically, I want to know if this is what you're telling me. You're telling me you gave them all the information, but Veterans Treatment Court just dropped the ball. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you that the lady yesterday, Miss Abigail, she sent me the assessment confirmation letter saying that it's going to be on tomorrow at 11 o'clock
Okay,
over
now,
the phone.
this is my question. If you don't know the answer, you don't know the answer. This is my question. We were here on April 30th.
Mhm.
We've been doing this with Veterans Treatment Court since March, but I want to take you back in time to April 30th. On April 30th, Herman came in here and he said they would have acceptance or denial by May 2nd. I then said, you know what? I'm gonna give you all till May 20th.
Mhm.
And he's like, great. So my question is, between April 30th and May 2nd, did you turn in all of your documentation that Veterans Treatment Court requested?
Not to make, no, not to make second.
All right, so why am I pulling teeth with you?
Bad.
No, I mean, it's not your bad. You're being, I don't want to say dishonest, but you're trying to hide the ball with me. And I don't like when people hide the
I
ball.
wasn't trying to do that. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't like it in law school either. So,
Judge Mayor,
yes,
now, Mr. Harvey,
okay.
he said that since it's going to be on Thursday, that Mr. Patterson sent in the release. And he's supposed to be assessed tomorrow.
All right, I'm recalling this case on Thursday. And if he's not accepted in Veterans Treatment Court by Thursday, y'all will be going to jury trial. I'm not waiting anymore on this case. So we're coming back on May 23rd. And next time, let me just tell you, I know maybe it's different in other courts or, well, I don't even want to say that. I know that sometimes it's different in other places, but in this court, honesty is the best policy. Don't try to hide the ball with me. Don't try to be shifty on your answers. Just answer the question that I'm asking you. You understand?
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this. When I set deadlines, those deadlines need to be abided by. You understand?
That's right.
All right, so we're coming back here on May 23rd at 9 a.m. And either Veterans Court is going to have accepted you or not. If not, then you're going to trial. Is there anything else? All right, if you will sign the reset form and then you're excused. Okay, all right, thank you.
And your attorney will take it to
All right, David Bearfield.
This is the one I was telling you about.
State, Mr. Bearfield, are you all going to withdraw your motion or no?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Bearfield, you were placed on probation
Yes, ma'am.
and you haven't been doing well. Why not? Unfold your arms, please.
The information that wasn't correct. And they didn't
All
get-
right, everyone, please whisper.
The information wasn't correct, so,
What information wasn't correct?
no, I guess when they couldn't get in touch with me,
All right, so your information was not correct?
I guess the number was wrong.
No, I mean, it's not its guess. Either the number was right or,
Wrong. It was-
all right. Didn't you hear what I just told him about honesty being the best policy here?
Yes, ma'am.
So where have you been staying?
At 6746.
I mean, who are you staying with?
Sister.
I'm sorry, who?
Sister,
Does she have any children in the house?
yes.
What are their
Over here,
ages?
Can't remember his age.
Well, is he in school?
Yes,
Is he in elementary school, middle school? I'm sorry, what?
he's in junior.
I can't hear
He's
you.
in junior.
Junior high? Okay. So if you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Should be clean.
All right, we're going to drug test you today. Is that you're still saying it's going to be clean?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Abrams, if we could have a drug test for Mr. Bearfield. All right, just have a seat. All right, on Darren Doe's. All right, y'all need to pick a new jury trial. Y'all need to pick a jury trial date.
Yes, I conferred with Ally and with Miss Ferguson.
Mhm.
I believe we have August 13th. And Mr. Doze is here.
All right. How long y'all expect this trial to last?
I don't think it would be too long, maybe 3 days.
Okay. All right, so your jury trial date is gonna be August 13th, and this will be pushed to trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor. Yes, we would like to take that up. I haven't conferred with the state on that.
All right,
It
if
was-
you want to confer with the state.
Okay,
All right, and thank you for dressing. You always dress appropriately for
Yes,
court. I
ma'am.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Can I grab a copy of that motion for the state?
Sure. If you will, take that.
I'm sure.
I didn't ask. Yes.
I'm sorry. Sure. All right, could I see the parties on Darren Doze and Mr. Doze? All right, have y'all had a chance to review the defense's amended motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any objections to it? Okay. And here's my question. So how long are you asking for this change in schedule to last, the 1 a.m.?
I believe Mr. Doze has moved, so just until.
Oh, so it's
in-
related to his employment?
It's-
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's granted.
Okay, thank you. I just wanna make sure.
No problem.
Thousand courts. Yes.
Can you make sure this is in each cause number?
False arrests.
These facts are.
Everyone, the court is recessing at 12, so move with a purpose. And could I have a B page on David Fairfield, please?
What's that case number, sir?
It's 2023-8382. And Norma for the impact court cases. Those cases that are not tried, that are not worked out, those files need to come back up here. So we can give them a new court date. Thank you.
Okay. Just think you may keep doing this.
Yes,
Judge, Mr. Fairfield's UA came back positive for cocaine.
okay,
No other substances.
all right.
Right now, the original terms of probation, indicate he's supposed to do the UA hotline daily. I did not see on the original conditions that we just went over anything for a TAP evaluation. I would ask that we.
How long would it take to do a TAP evaluation in custody?
2 weeks.
And do you think he should be taken into custody to do the TAP evaluation?
I'll do it. Those things never change.
I could get the TAP probably done the custody within that same amount of time if I requested to be a rush.
Okay. All right, Mr. Batfield. Come down. All right, how often are you using drugs?
It's been a while ago.
No, cocaine doesn't stay in your system for a month.
It's been a while ago now.
I'm sorry, what?
A month ago.
Cocaine, what I'm telling you is cocaine doesn't stay in your system for a month. So your whole thing about I used a month ago, that's according to the test, that's not true. So again, we're back to your level of honesty and you need to be honest with the court. So how often are you using drugs and what are you using?
How often am I using it?
Mhm. No, I'm not with you. So I don't know how often you're using. I don't even know what your idea of often is. So how many times are you using per week?
Once a week.
All right, so you're using once a week? Is this on the weekend or is this during the week? All right. And where are you using?
Huh?
Where are you using the location? Are you at your sister's house? Are you somewhere else? Where are you when you're using?
Like walking to the store or something. Not at my sister's.
So we have, this is where we are. All right, just have a seat in the box for a moment. Yes. Can you mute us, please? All right, it's obvious to the court you have a drug problem. The state is trying to help you with that. I'm trying to help you with that. Based upon, everyone, please whisper. Based upon you not showing up even for orientation, they could file a motion to revoke, which they did.
Quiet down.
And then I would hear it. And then I could sentence you to the state jail facility up to 2 years. But probation wants to give you a chance. I want you to get healthy mentally and physically.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take you into custody. Oh, here's.
Sir, is there a reason why you can't be quiet? Quiet down, please. I'm not gonna tell you again.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you were revoked, you could be going to the state jail facility for 2 years. Everybody's trying to help you with your drug issue. So I know it may seem like a long time to you, but it's not 2 years. It's going to be 2 weeks. Probation is going to have felony drug court see if you are a good candidate for their program, and they're going to do a TAP evaluation. Then we can figure out what would be the best treatment plan for you. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the state is telling me they're going to withdraw the warrant. They're going to withdraw the motion. And what I'm going to do is alternate amend your conditions for a TAP evaluation and felony drug court in custody. You understand? All right, good luck to you. All right, could I see another B page for Mr. Bearfield? Excuse me. I have another B page.
Yes, I'm sorry, first asking you about this. Information.
Oh, no problem.
What was his case number again?
His case number is 2023-8382.
Supervisor asking about.
Oh, no problem.
Because I wasn't hearing it, so that's in my-
Oh, you know what? It's going to be great. Don't let anybody give you a hard time, especially on a Monday.
Yeah, that's the one.
Michelle, I think everybody's on 100 today. Everybody's on 100 today.
This always happens when you leave. You come back.
Oh, look, you're leaving, is that the-
Just with the sound. Please, like, just making sure you're.
399 text me because we're not. No, it's not. I'm just trying to two trial and now one week off.
You're like, the only thing that I know is like, how.
What's your account? Still my check. Okay, Warren, you can see it. I'm ready.
See, I need to check.
Yeah. It's a couple weeks back. It's okay, I came with the motion.
Hey,
There's too many people searching case right now.
okay, all right, thank you. Are y'all ready on Robert Castillo? Hi. Always dressed appropriately for court. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
So I got this second motion for access to physical evidence. What's going on?
What's going on, Judge? Essentially, we've got there is a flash drive that is basically the, for lack of a better word, the memory stick for the Tesla
Mhm.
that was involved in this accident. We've gotten some downloads from it, but there is a significant piece of time and video that is missing from what we've been produced in discovery. And we believe it's exculpatory. We've asked the state to provide that to us. We have not gotten it. We asked them to produce the actual stick itself so that we can inspect it. They will not agree to do that. So what we're asking the court to do is to allow us to inspect and or copy, if we need to, the actual stick itself.
All right, so who is saying that what's on the stick and what's been handing over is not the complete?
We are, Judge. And
All right, is it you or your expert?
Judge, this is a really simple, cursory examination of what we've got. We've got a period of time that leads up to the accident. We've got a period of time that shows the passenger getting out of the car. And then the video that shows my client getting out of the car is missing.
All right.
And then we have video after that time. So there's definitely a gap.
All right, so state, Do you know about this gap?
Yeah, this has been talked with Daniel Escobar, and it's been a process, but, what my understanding is at first, the SCP turns over whatever they have. And then it went through a process of that there may be something else additional on there. And then they were gonna send it to us, but then they wanted defense, I think, wanted the original, or whatever purposes, obviously chain of custody, things like that, we couldn't do that. And then what we found out is that last week during the murder trial, we actually got, my understanding is the SAPD now chain of custody over to a company, ROCIC, to actually have the original to hunt it down. And they're supposed to be taking it over there. And I don't know if they took it over there last week or not, to process it to see if they can pull anything else off of there. So that's where we're at currently.
All right, so this organization who's taken it to process it, are they in Bear County?
I have no idea, Judge.
I don't know exactly the process that they're doing. Again, I mean, I was sort of on doing other things, I guess. But I mean, I could get it with Daniel, he's an impact right now, but to find out exactly what's going on with that, but it'd be us having to contact, because one of our investigators here at the DA's office, Doyle, that used to be with SCPD, has actually been an intricate part of working with them, of trying to get the actual USB drive or whatever it may be over there to get it processed.
All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we set it for a hearing, and whoever that company is, see if they can zoom in. And if your expert can be here, and we'll see if they can turn over a copy or some kind of way, send a copy of what they're saying is on the entire stick to your expert, or either if your expert can go to their facility.
Okay.
I think that would solve the problem. And then your expert can say, this is not the entirety. And then if it turns out it's not the entirety, then of course, I'll make my ruling. But it appears to the court that the state is trying to extract everything. So they have a new company who's doing it.
Judge, if I may, just for the record, express my frustration with the process, because when we originally got the
Oh, I
discovery.
know, we've been waiting on this video. I've had us going on this video since January, so I understand.
And the story's changed like 3 times, and I don't know why it got sent out after we requested to see the actual stick.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Everybody follow along. We're gonna set this for a hearing. That company, whoever it is, they can send a representative by Zoom if they're out of county. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that, Judge.
All right, so we can do it by Zoom. What I'm gonna wanna know from them, one, are they able to extract everything and give a copy to defense? Or 2, can the defense's expert go to wherever their company is to get a copy of it, or at least view the extraction of it, so that your expert will say, this is everything? That's what we're gonna do.
And Judge, if I may, and I'm sorry, but I kind of need to insist on this. As you know, attorneys we trust, but we need to verify.
Oh, yeah.
My expert needs to see the original at some point.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna make that happen. So we're gonna have the hearing. Because I know sometimes companies say they're super busy. If need be, the expert for the state can appear by Zoom. If you'll have your expert here either by Zoom, who knows? Maybe your expert can be by Zoom. The other person can be on Zoom. I will give them co-host duties. They can go in a breakout room together. You all can go in a breakout room with them and discuss what information you feel your expert needs, and then we can make it happen.
That sounds fair. Thank you, Judge.
All right. So next question. I know Daniel's in impact court. So if we reset this, what date is good for you, counsel? Because I know you have your other employment.
Pretty much any day but Tuesdays. Other than that, I can make it happen.
All right. So if we put this the week of June 24th, is that enough time, state, for Daniel to
June 24th.
that week of June 24th?
I could say yes.
All right. So this is what we'll do. We're going to set it for the week of June 24th, but counsel, if you'll talk to Daniel, because he's the person who's over the case and he's in impact court, I'm sure if you'll talk to him by next week, to see if that's a good date for him to get all the information and for us to set it up by Zoom.
Okay, I
And-
think the only day I've got available to do that, Judge, is the 26th, which would be that Wednesday. I don't know if that jives with the court's calendar.
Let me ask you this, what about? I know the first week in July, I try to give people time off.
And I'm gonna be gone literally from the 28th through July 12th.
Okay, July 12th? Let me look.
So that puts us in like third week of July.
Well, you want to do it the week of July 22nd?
That'd be perfect. I can do that Monday if we wanted to.
All right, so we're going to do it Monday, the 22nd. And Mr. Castillo,
Yes, ma'am.
you can appear by Zoom as well. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you can appear by Zoom if you want to appear by Zoom. This is just, well, it's probably going to be something, if they don't come to an agreement, that may need to be on the record. So if you want to appear by Zoom, you can appear by Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we'll put it for July 22nd. And counsel, if for some reason there's some issues with that video, we'll cross that bridge and I'll make an appropriate ruling.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
The other thing, you said you wanted funds, more funds. I have this.
It's not for the,
It's about the video and it's about funds.
yes, Your Honor.
And since you didn't do it ex parte, so. If you can put in, because it's not in the order, if you can put in, who it is so that the auditors can pay.
I think it's gonna be Leviticus.
All right, so if you'll fill that in,
I can.
and also if you'll fill in, what the amount will be.
Okay. Do that, Judge.
All right, you can have a seat. They're gonna give you a reset form for, July 22nd, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi. Just give me a second. Is the interpreter here? On Fräulein Guzman?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I am well, thank you. How about you?
Oh, I am doing great. Let me see something. Oh, yes. We'll be on the record once I call the case, the style of the case. If I can get my computer to work. Just 1 second. Can you mute us for a moment, please? right, that's on, that case. Who's here on Valentin Pettis? And where's Valentin Pettis?
Here we are.
He needs to come forward. Have you conferred with the state?
No, I haven't on this one, Judge, because it's a 1 year mark, Your Honor. He's been on it for a year. Secondly, more importantly, he's got some hip issues involved in this, but he has some serious.
All right,
medical
so you need to confer with the state.
To see if they'll.
Yes.
That's fine.
All
No
right.
problem, Your Honor.
No problem.
Straight up, Valentine.
All right. And I'll keep this. For 3 moments. Okay. All right, thanks.
He ran. And
No, but Jason. Okay. May I approach you, bench, ma'am?
Once they put the file up there. And I take everybody in order of appearance.
Okay.
All right. Floyd, Alan Floyd. Oh, hi. So does he have a medical issue or something?
He was going to go to the skilled nursing facility. He's the one with the obese, morbidly obese with all the health problems caused by that. So we were waiting to have the attorney present before you were going to sign the PR bond if you still want to. We were trying to make contact with the attorney. We got it today.
All right, so he's currently in the hospital?
Yes.
All
And
right,
he'll be transferred to a skilled nursing facility.
so there's no chance of his recovery or?
It's not that, it's just that the skilled nursing facility will be better able to care for him because of his weight and the health problems that's being caused by his weight.
All right, state, have you reviewed this on, Mr. Allen? The PR bond?
It was, yeah, we were working with Zach.
Oh, Zach.
I have not.
All right, and I think Zach said he had no
Yeah, no
objections.
objection to it. I talked to him this morning.
Okay, all right. All right, so Norma. Can you look up CM 117551? And if you could pull a B page on that for me, please? Yes,
557.
I'm sorry, 117551.
Amen.
All right. We had a chance to review the criminal history on this.
Well, I'm double checking with Zach also.
Okay, thank you. All right, if you agree, review the criminal history and then, yes.
I thought that, that's why, well, if it's granted, it's granted, if it's not, we'll deal with it.
Yeah, because I have an issue with his criminal history. And is he going to be on GPS or something?
Yeah. I don't know, if maybe that was part of why you didn't register, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, so.
All right, because the nursing home, I'll need to know whether or not they're gonna allow for GPS, because my concern,
I put that in with them to consider that you might actually put GPS on there. And they said that they would take a look at that as they're looking at the skilled nursing facilities. The one in Kennedy, I believe said that they would take him with the GPS, but we'll verify that before he goes.
all right, so I'm not gonna do it unless he's on GPS.
Sounds reasonable to me.
So, and do we know if there's an issue with his weight? That's what I'm being told. Do we know if a GPS is going to fit him?
I don't know.
All right, so those are issues we need to decide because they're telling me that his health issues are related to his weight. And then I see in there that there's some mental health issues as well. So the question is whether or not a GPS monitor will fit him or if they need to do something with that.
He's not very mobile.
All righty.
I mean, he's not like he's gonna run away.
All right, I understand that, counsel, but we have people here in court who are in wheelchairs who have pending cases. So,
Okay, Judge, we appreciate it.
all right, if you all give me that information.
Sure.
Sure, if we can do GPS, because people need to know where he is. This is very
I think they need
serious.
to identify the place they're sending him to see if GPS is possible.
Yes,
So they can't answer that at this moment.
I'll
okay,
try to get that today.
all right, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
All right, if when Marina comes in, if you'll just let me know you're here, we'll take up that matter. And who's here on Aldo Salas? Aldo Lee Salas.
Well, you probably want Judge.
Okay,
We can figure out.
all right, just, I'm going in the order. Okay, they're not ready. Valentin Perez.
Ready, Your Honor?
Mr. Perez, where are you? Come forward.
Just a morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right. So you're asking to remove the breathalyzer, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. For medical reasons, as well as it's completed 1.5, Your Honor, the state's not opposed.
All right, let me just see the previous plea bargain agreement because this is before my time.
It's been a while.
Oh, it's been a while. All right, so on this, it says ignition interlocked full term. Is everybody aware of that?
They checked it out, Judge.
I mean, that was,
Well, first of all, Your Honor, may I address the court on that issue? It's not driving, he's not working, Your Honor. And treatment is weekly in this situation, for purposes of HIPAA. And
no, I understand. So my question is, on this, it says that the ignition interlock or PAM device, in-home device, whatever you have, is supposed to be the full term. So my understanding is people don't have an issue with removing him from the PAM?
I believe the intent is to continue monitoring with weekly use. Or regular use.
All right. All right, probation on this case. Are we going to do weekly UAs for alcohol? What are we doing?
I believe I misspoke to it. It also says, it says random ways,
Okay,
just to clarify. But I do have the quiz.
Your Honor, it does, recommend for random urinalysis. Anytime because of his offense, anytime we've done a UA, we do the EPG UA, which also tests for alcohol. So, I would say possibly put him on the UA hotline if you are allowing removal.
UA hotline is for my client's understanding, Judge. What would that be?
oh, he has to call in and they will either tell him to come in and test or not. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Probation. The state is in agreement. I'll have the portable device removed, but there's gonna be random UAs through the UA hotline. And there needs to be testing at least once every 2 weeks. And no driving. Is there anything else?
Only scenario I can think that when the hotline calls, there may be a possibility of treatment conflict because it's weekly.
Well, here's the thing, with the treatment conflict, if there is a treatment conflict, what they do is they'll give you, I think at least, they'll give you some time to report, but you need to have documentation. You understand? So if you call the UA hotline and they want you to come in and report, and you say you're at treatment, you need to provide proof to them that you're at treatment. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right.
Thank you for their consideration. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Is Marina here on Fraulein? All right, just 1 second. Maybe she went to the wrong courtroom. Just 1 second. Let me see if she did. Hey, I was just wondering if is she on her way down? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Yes. Yes.
Your Honor, I don't know if Mariana Rios is the one who's doing the transcription translation. If she is, she's here in the office, so she's in a 3-hour civil hearing.
Oh, they said they're bringing her over, that they're switching her out with someone.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
thank
I just
you.
want- Yes.
Yes, that's what I just found out. I was like, oh, okay. So they said they're switching her over, so she should be walking over from civil. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Happy Monday. All right, that's fine. Yes.
I'm Ellie with the DA's office.
Oh, hi.
I have I think you're presiding this week.
Yes.
So I have a case, it's for
You pass it to them.
okay, and then I just need your signature on something, but yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, just pass it to them.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Who's here? Oh, let me see. Aldo Solis? Oh, Marina. Oh, thank you. Have you taken a deep breath? I know you came from the other.
Yes.
All right, could I have Fraulein Guzman? Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, just 1 second. So, yeah, they may still need you because I have questions I have to ask her.
perfect.
Yes.
Yes,
All right,
okay.
Guzman, come down. All right, just give me a moment. All right. Who is the prosecutor on Guzman? All right, so Marina is doing the transcript of the calls. So what is the update?
Thank you, Judge. Mariana Rios, interpreter. We are in the process of turning in this week about, I believe it's 9 or 10 more calls. We still have to finish with Mr. Froyland's case before we can move on to Eric. There were a total of about 110 calls that need to be transcribed and translated. We're just finishing Mr. Guzman's, then we're gonna move on to Eric.
All right, so we're going to go on the record because I know this case is getting old and I want the record to be clear as to what's been happening. Court is calling, everyone please whisper. Court is calling 2022 CR 10958B, State of Texas versus Froyland Guzman Velasquez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Rafael Leal for Froyland Guzman Velasquez.
And are you Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter here. If you could raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Carmen Tarragona Sáez.
All right. The reason why we're here today is to receive an update on the transcripts of jail visitation between your client and someone who allegedly was posing as an attorney. And both parties agreed, and I ordered that the transcripts be transcribed, but the transcripts not be given to the state until the court makes a determination of whether or not it's attorney-client privilege, and both parties agreed to that. Is that correct, state?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have the person here who's transcribing. Could you raise your right hand for me,
Yes,
please?
Your Honor.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Mariana Rios.
All right, can you give us an update on the transcription?
Yes, Your Honor. When the request for the transcripts were given to me, there were about 110 calls, some belonging to this defendant and some belonging to the other defendant, Eric. We started with this defendant, Mr. Froyland Guzman. We've done a total, I can't remember the numbers exactly, but I believe we still have about a little bit over 20 calls that are still need to be transcribed and translated. I can tell you that so far, the longest call has been about 25 minutes, which converts to about 25 hours of work for each call. We have to transcribe, we have to translate, we have to verify. There is some slang, some idioms, things like that, we're going to have to research, and we've been researching. So that's taking us a little bit longer than, the regular transcription translation. So we still have about 20 some to go with Mr. Guzman, and then I have to move on to Eric. I believe Eric has about maybe 60 calls that need to be transcribed and translated.
All right, so if we reset this for the end of July, do you think with regards to Mr. Guzman, all of the calls will have been transcribed, or do you need more time than that?
I've been averaging about 10 calls per month. So if I still have 20 to go, 25 to go, probably August would be a better bet that I might be able to finish by July.
All right.
Yes.
So state, do you have any objection to moving this case for discovery of the transcript to the last week in August? Defense, any objection? Mr. Guzman, any objections?
No.
All right, so this is not a trial date. This date will make sure that you have the discovery with regards to your client's transcript. And then I know the other issue is the co-defendant's transcript and whether or not, one, that's attorney-client privilege. And if it's not, whether or not it's discoverable, if it's something that's potentially exculpatory with your client. So this is going to take a little while. So we can put it for the end of August. Is everyone okay with August 26th?
26?
Yes. State, August 26th. All right, and we'll put it at August 26th. Take your time. I'm not expecting you to have this case done and
Thank you,
that
Judge.
case done.
Thank you.
It's just for us to get some updates.
Definitely, yes.
And if there's no objection, instead of her having coming down, if you all are okay with her just sending me an email, what the update is, and then I can read it into the record. Is there any objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we're gonna reset this for August 26th.
And for the interpreter, Your Honor, how often would you like those updates?
Oh, I don't want to interfere with your time because I
Okay.
know you have to go and interpret, and I know we took you away from a job. So for the August 26th date, if you'll just have an update for me the week prior,
Oh, okay.
that would be
Okay.
great.
That'll be great. No problem.
All right. All right, is there anything else before we close the record?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
My
Thank
pleasure,
you.
Judge. Thank you.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Norma, on Eric, Gonzalez. And on Fraulein Guzman. That's gonna be recalled for August 26th. And can I have the co-defendant's case, please? And Norma, that's not gonna be a trial date. That's just for the transcript. And then, who's his attorney? All right, so if you want, y'all can send him back. Hi, Kathy, come up. Hi, good morning. So you missed it. We just had a hearing with Fraulein Guzman.
Okay.
So his transcript, they're not completely done with it. And she's telling me it takes a while. So I'm recalling it for August 26th
Okay.
to see if they finish with this transcript, and they're doing one at a time. So after they finish with his, then your client has 60 calls. And I need to review that to make sure there is whether or not it's attorney-client privilege, and then whether or not it's exculpatory information that should be given to co-defendant.
Well, it's a slog, but it's a necessary one, so.
Okay,
So August
26. Yes. Victor Ruiz.
Judge, that's gonna be a compliance hearing.
Okay. All right, just give me one moment. All right, who's the person here with the NRA matter of the state of California? All right. All right, is this complainant in custody or no? I mean, is the witness in custody or no?
No, so they are not in custody now.
All right, so what needs to happen is there needs to be, he needs to have an attorney appointed here because this is sort of like an out-of-state subpoena, correct?
It is not a state subpoena, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, so that person needs an attorney appointed to them. And do you have contact information for the person?
We don't have we have their address, so we were basically gonna have our investigator serve that person and then come to a hearing here whenever y'all had time to do a hearing. It would be a really quick hearing, obviously.
All right, Norma, what date can we have?
Not this week.
Okay, just give me a date. All right, we'll set it on the 30th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, we can do it at 9. All right, who's a defense attorney here who's handled out-of-state subpoenas for out-of-state witnesses? Thank you, Brian Powers. Here, Norma. I used to do this all the time. All right, so if you'll get with Mr. Powers, so he'll know the address for his client and he can let his client know that they're serving him.
Certainly, thank you.
You're welcome. John Narano. Who's the attorney for John Narano?
Here yours.
All right, if you all would come down. All right, what's happening with this case?
I was waiting for an offer. I don't know why it's up. I didn't put it up there.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for an offer from.
All right, just have a seat. They're not ready on that case. Eric Cantu.
Present here, Judge.
Hello.
Come on up.
All right, so the question on this case is there attorney?
State's still diligently trying to find somebody. I believe they've tried with Abscosa, Medina, and I still think they're looking.
The judge, that's accurate. I mean, been doing this almost.
Okay,
So sorry about that. But my understanding is Scott Roberts, Chief of Appeals, is in the process. My understanding of the process, just to let the board know, started late last week.
okay,
And I know that I had turned it over to him, but nothing had been done until then. But he has reached out to 4 different counties, including I think Medina, also Kendall, and then also Atascosa, and I believe one other one. And so he's in that process. The state would just be asking for a little bit more time to get those answers from. I know that Medina said no, and I believe through Mr. Powers, I think that the first is also saying no. So we are waiting to see who will say yes.
all right, so this is going to be the last setting for you all to have an attorney. I read the motion. I don't. I'll keep an open mind about the motion, I'll say that. But you are going to come back on June 24th. On June 24th, I'm going to hear the state's motion.
Thank you, Judge.
Understood, Your Honor.
And once you all sign the reset form, you excuse.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And thank the client for dressing appropriately for court.
That's a good point. He's June 24th.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gabriel Achartia. Hey, have you had a chance to confer on this?
Yes, I have. That's when
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, so what is happening?
We have an offer, Your Honor, and I have discovery. I would like a date for him to consider the offer.
How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you set this case in the second week of June? I'm sorry, third week in June? For plea deadline date? All right, we're gonna come back on June 17th. That will be your plea deadline date. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And I promise next time I'll know how to say your name better.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. All right, Victor Ruiz.
Yeah, that's that.
Yes, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
They tell me you're doing great at your employment.
Yes.
Right.
So Judge, the issue or the concern and why you wanted a compliance hearing for Ms. Ruiz was there was an extension status report sent in on his case with the only things that are not completed at this point is his 248 community service hours and the balance he owes on his account that also includes no restitution.
All right. So you need to complete your community service hours. You understand? Whether or not you're extended, that's completely in your purview. You have to complete this community service hours.
Judge.
Or I'll allow you to pay them off. Yes.
Judge, the allowance of paying them off option would be great, as well as he is a father. The youngest kid that he has is a year and a half. I don't see that parenting classes were assessed to him during his plea for probation.
Because somebody else did the plea.
Okay, wondering if the court would possibly allow that.
All right, what I'll do then is I'll alter and amend to include parenting classes. And once you complete the parenting classes, your community service hours will be satisfied. I always like for people to do community service hours. One, people find that they end up enjoying community service hours, but then I always want people to do community service hours that maybe can benefit them personally. Because when you give back, hopefully good things will come to you. So parenting classes is something everybody always needs. So if you complete the parenting classes, I will deem that your community service hours are satisfied. We're going to need to extend you for that. And how long do you think it will take?
Judge, the extension that you actually signed was for a year. I would ask that once his parenting classes are complete, possibly that we can reapproach.
All right, so you'll be able to reapproach. And on that day, you're gonna have to do a UA for me, you understand?
That's fine. No problem with that.
Okay. All right, do you have any questions about anything else? All right, keep up the good work. All right. All right, Devin Wilson. Is he on bond? Devin Wilson. All right, we'll wait for him to come. Okay. Perfecto Escobedo Jr.
Good morning, Judge.
Where's your client?
No idea, Your Honor. I have no contact with him and I haven't since he's been released from jail back fall of 2023.
All right. Could I have a prosecutor, please?
He has a warrant already, he's fugitive on the MTR, and but he's out on bond on indictment.
Okay. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 3973, State of Texas versus Perfecto Escobedo. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state.
Defense?
Elizabeth Russell from Perfecto Escobedo.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. and it's now 10:49 a.m. The defendant did not answer the docket and the defendant has not made an appearance. Deputy Laura, does it show that Mr. Escobedo is in custody?
No, Your Honor, he is out on bond, but he does have a warrant.
All right. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I haven't, Your Honor, and I'm not sure I'm appointed to the MTR yet.
Okay, and I just called the new case.
Okay.
So you made attempts to contact him?
I have, Your Honor.
All right, state?
The state would respectfully request a bond forfeiture.
All right, that would be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, that's a bond forfeiture. Aldo Salas. Aldo Lee Salas. Come down. All right, counsel, do you have all the discovery?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I have all the discovery and I'm asking for a firm trial date.
All right, has an offer been tendered?
Yes, ma'am, we discussed it extensively.
Mr. Salas, are you rejecting the offer and requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
How long are you expecting this trial to last?
Oh, I think it's a 3-day endeavor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Can you give me a jury trial date on Mr. Salas? And it's 3 days. All right, August 12th, and you will be in impact court and you'll be dressed for trial. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
He comes over to impact court dressed for trial.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, Claudia, Aaron. Norma, do you know what the case the attorney is trying in Kamel, how long that's gonna be?
I don't, Judge.
All right, your attorney is currently in jury trial in another county. You can't be in two places at the same time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna recall you. Norma, recall this for the second week in June.
And Judge, I put that email in there. I didn't know if you wanted to follow up on that.
Okay.
Before she leaves.
Okay, I'll follow up on it. So what date in June?
Second week, Judge.
Yes.
I think June 13th.
All right. State on Claudia Aaron. I received news that maybe the felony mental health court may be best for her. I don't know if you all are considering allowing her there. This is the email that was received. But they only do PTD.
Okay, Judge.
I thought they were requesting for her to lose on the meeting.
No, they said mental health court would be better placement for her.
Oh, I thought she was rejected.
Yeah, I had received an email saying I was rejected from the mental health court, but my attorney hasn't figured out why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it says drug court has more options.
Okay. All right, we'll refer her to felony drug court. So what we'll do, just as an option, we'll see if we can do a pre-referral to felony drug court, okay? So we're gonna call you back on June 13th. And your attorney should be out of jury trial by then. All right, once you sign the reset form, be excused.
Okay, thank you.
Continue to stay in contact with people, all right? And if you need anything, you can always come back to court. All right, thank you. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I think I'll do it. She's not on probation. Or you want to do it? You want to do it?
Devin Wilson. Is Devin Wilson on the docket today?
Yeah, she's on the Intern.
All right, put this down for June 13th as well. Where is Devin Wilson though?
This will be here.
All right, we're gonna wait until he shows up. So they're not ready on that. Is Declan McLean still here? All right, can you call him back? I don't know if he knows he has another fine on the document. Hello.
Morning, Judge, how are you?
Good morning, all right.
T-Rex. Wouldn't even. This is the one where I set the federal.
Okay, I'll get right on it. If I need anything else, I'll.
Let me know if you need a copy.
I'll go on this.
Got
You
it.
see this crazy thing. What's it?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So.
Now can I tell you a funny story? Sure.
Yeah, no, you're never rude. Oh, and,
By surprise.
just so you know, if you can let the attorneys know that we just got this email that satellite booking at the courthouse is no longer gonna be a law.
No loss.
Well, no, just for family violence cases and violent crimes and sexual assault cases and crimes against children. So basically, it's only gonna be available for drug cases, I guess. Cause that eliminates everything.
Like aggravated robbery, probably not, right? No aggravated cases and no family violence.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's here on Joel Garcia?
I am, Your Honor.
All right.
Mr. Garcia, come on up.
How's impact
Hello.
going?
It's fantastic, Judge. One of your cases got resolved already, and then the other one's still bottom of the docket. Judge Moore.
That'll be you.
I know.
You're making it happen. All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right, so what is happening on this case?
Mr. Garcia, Judge, I'm still reviewing discovery, and there's a co-defendant, Mr. Garcia's wife, April Garcia, who's here in the courtroom. I think we're waiting on her attorney as well, but I'm continuing to review discovery, and then
And I know you were recently appointed.
yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so Norma, I'm gonna give you all a final date for discovery. Norma, on Joel Garcia, if you can set it towards the end of June, and this will be your final discovery date.
That's fine, Judge.
I can do June 25th.
June 25th.
That's my favorite date, Judge. Sounds good.
All right, and who is the co-defendant?
April Garcia?
Can I see the file on April Garcia?
Like
I'm
Mr.
assuming you all drove together?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Simmons? All right. State on April Garcia, did y'all contact the complainant? Were you able to?
The answer should be yes. Let me just check on that.
Okay. Oh, I know, it's just one of you. We're gonna recall it. So you know, we're gonna recall it for June 25th.
Okay, thank you.
All right, April Garcia, if you'll come forward, please. Hello. Hi. All right, so your case is gonna be recalled for June 25th as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you all are both dressed very well. You're like the man in black. Who is the man in black? Michael DeLeon?
Judge, the victim was contacted on April.
All right, thank you. What? I walked the line.
Oh, Johnny Cash?
Johnny Cash, she was the man in black.
There you go.
All right, you guys have a good day. Once you sign the reset form, then you'll be excused. I know you all rode together, so I'm trying to let you all get out of here together.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.
I'll get you a reset.
Oh, thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, I would wait.
Yeah, I'll get out of
Thank you, Mr. DeLeon.
Have a seat if you want.
see I don't see the case that I was going to systems, but I do see it because right, and that's right. Yeah, there's no file now. I'm sorry. Not communicated, but 400. Like some another attorney has. No, I'm not gonna say, I'm just meaning that he has that case also. I'm not that one. I'm so good. Yeah. For, you show, that's all that. Yeah, the began.
Yeah, he's in the box.
Twenty twenty-four CR.
Thank you. All right, who's here? Juan Garcia. And I'm gonna need everyone to please whisper. We're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 0194, State of Texas versus Juan Garcia. Counsel, you're on this side. And could I, Zach, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, continue to compose. Okay. All right. All right, could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state.
Defense?
David Dilly, Your Honor.
And are you Juan Garcia?
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter here. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and from Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Mariana Rios.
Right. And counsel, do you speak Spanish?
I do, Your Honor.
And do you speak Spanish fluently?
I do, Your Honor.
And were you able to communicate with your client in the Spanish language?
I was, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, all of the documents I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
And probation, there's no application. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Garcia, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
The state is going to waive count one. State will also be waiving the enhancement language and only proceeding on count two.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged in count two with unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe that he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, and he was, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
No.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. The state is taking in consideration 2024 CR 0186, county court cost number 628350. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No motions.
Then to offense in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. State offer states 1 and attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? In all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just one moment. All right, is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. So my client has been in custody, in federal custody, actually. He's brought over from federal custody. He was sentenced to 6 years. He's been in custody since October the 14th, 2021. I believe the clerk of the court may have calculated the amount of time credit that he currently has. And so we respectfully request, and I have a copy of the judgment from federal court, let me present it to the court.
Yes.
That shows the date of the offense. I also have a docket sheet from the criminal case, and the court would like to see it, where it indicates that my client has remained in custody since the date of his arrest on October the 14th, 2021 to the current date. My understanding is he has a total of 952 days credit if the court permits the same.
All right. Yes. All right, this is what the court will do. The court will find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with federal court number DR 21 CR 01800. And the court will give you credit for any time that this case was pending, that you were in federal custody. The court will take into consideration 2024 CR 0186 and 628350. There's to be no contact with Jose Alberto Celestino Ferrero, F-I-E-R-R-O. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
None for the defense counsel.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, and state, if I can have that, you're working on that?
Absolutely, yes, Judge.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You can't build your happiness off somebody else's misery. Stop stealing. You need to ask yourself truthfully, is days in your life in custody worth stealing somebody's vehicle? You're gonna look up and half of your life is gonna be gone and it's gonna be spent in custody. So you need to start doing better. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I have the excuse?
Oh, they're gonna give you the dismissals.
We'll do yours. I'll hang around.
All right, thank you.
Gracias.
Encantado de verte.
Igualmente.
Hasta luego. Yeah, maybe I guess you just need your business from that.
And as far as the.
Oh, he's filling them out.
As far as the things, Richard Sosa?
Oh, she got it.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're doing. You did. I want to be sure.
Who's here? Andres Menchaca?
Good morning.
Good morning. Where's your client?
The custody.
All right, come down. What's happening with this case?
Your Honor, we received an offer. He does have two cases that are pending, that are unindicted, that aren't here today. So we did want to ask for more time so we could wrap them all up together.
And Judge, just sort of to expand on that a little bit, I think that it might be worked out, but we don't have the non-indicted cases here, but we're not going to be TIC-ing at least one of them. And so if we could recall it later this week at some point,
Okay.
I mean, if that's okay with the.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, you want to recall it for Thursday?
That'd be fine.
I'm going to be out. I have a vacation notice on file, Your Honor, for Thursday, Friday, and Monday, Your Honor, for the holiday weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't be here Monday either.
All right, and
It's both.
Tuesday is not enough time, right?
No, Judge.
All right, Norman, can you recall this on the 28th?
That'd be fine with the state. Thank you, Judge.
All right, we'll bring back on May 28th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
The approach room?
Yes.
I have that dismissal. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Joe Yanes, Joe Isaac Yanes.
Yanis?
I'm liking the pen. Thank you very much. All right.
So if I could just give the courts kind of a heads up of what's going on.
Yes,
So
I know you were recently appointed.
exactly, like I had one of the cases and then the other two belong to another attorney and now I'm on all three. There are some notations in the file, not in the work product file, but in the regular file that there are still some discovery missing.
Okay.
And so we're gonna need a reset just to try and get all that. In addition, there may be some additional charges that are being investigated and may be forthcoming, and I am conferring with the first chair regarding those.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll put this towards the end of June. Would that be enough time for everybody?
That would be fine, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you put this the last week in June, please? And it's for discovery. All right, June 25th.
That would be great, Judge.
All right, we're gonna come back on June 25th. Do you have any questions? All right, we'll see you back on June 25th.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Where, sir? You're on it?
Judge, if I could have a signature.
Sure. Just for me. Welcome. You're already anticipating. Okay. All right, so on these now, they're making me put specific hours.
Okay.
So, and then, of course, if you need more hours, just let me know. What do you think
I'm
approximately?
gonna say extra 15.
What I'll do is I'll do 30 hours.
Okay.
Sure. And if you need more, just let us know.
Thank you.
Refugio Rodriguez. Hello. Mr. Rodriguez, he took the long route.
Trying to get his steps in.
Okay. All right, where are we on this case?
I believe, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I believe that CPS records were requested prior to the filing, but I don't think we have them yet. When I double checked what was sent, I'm not sure it was very thorough, so we might be re-requesting them.
Okay, was Child Protective Services involved in this case?
I believe so.
All right, is the complainant a,
The complainant is, I believe, the defendant's adopted daughter. So they would be involved at the very beginning and then this came.
okay, and the adopted daughter, I'm assuming is an adult, otherwise this would be filed a different way?
No, I believe she's a teenager, like a mid-teenager. Yeah, she's still a minor in CPS. with
But not a
CPS
minor
supervision,
here.
But not a minor. here.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, have they given you an update on when the CPS records will be available?
They have not, Judge. All I saw in here was the email request for it. I checked our notes. I don't see any kind of like double check or follow up on them. So I'm gonna get with our advocate today. I've already texted her that we need to follow up and figure out what's going on with those, or we may need to fully re-request them, in which case we would do it by the end of this week. I would say today or tomorrow.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you put this towards the end of June, the last week?
Yes, ma'am. I can do the 24th.
All right, we'll set you for June 24th. And thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Excuse me.
Thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so once you sign the reset form, you will be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge. Sorry.
What happens?
Wait.
Norma, let me give this to you. Hopefully you can read my writing. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead and bring them out, because Jason's eventually get my phone.
Eventually.
Judge, they're out there cussing the.
Everybody keeps.
I'm sorry, what?
They're out there cussing.
Who's using profanity in the hallway?
They give the names. I don't be a snitch like that.
Oh, no, you should give names.
Give names.
I guess. I'm assuming she got to pay for the sign.
Yeah.
You're on map coach.
Yes.
Mr. Hank Finney, he's not on it.
Is he on the docket?
No, he's not.
Is he here?
Yes, he is.
Is there something you're requesting that requires that he be here?
I think so.
All right, then how can we proceed if you think he should be here and he's not?
No, he is here, that's why.
He's okay. All right, then you need to have them pull a file. of it.
I did, this in the order. I was in the lineup, so you'll get to it or something. It's Hank Finney. He stepped out in the hallway though. Let me.
June 25th.
Well, I'll tell him when he comes back, that's already been taken care of. We're very efficient here. He doesn't, I don't know why he doesn't realize that.
Plea.
Okay. Let me see.
Yes.
Why didn't know?
Well, no, you're just Charles Dickens.
Today's the
You
20th.
want to put something on the record.
Well, I didn't know it.
Did you want to put something on the record?
Y'all make it like.
But Sean, he gets paid by the word.
Was I
We'll
supposed
let you put something on the record.
Y'all do me so bad.
That's not what my mom says. Hello? Thank you. See, thank you. I appreciate
Judge, I like that. I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna get paid by the word too.
Yeah.
That's says that about me all the time.
Yeah, he's Charles Dickens.
And you know, on YouTube, they just beat me up.
No, they
They
do not.
beat me up.
Nobody would.
My son said, Dad, they beat you up. What's that? I told you that.
Yeah, let's find out.
Judge, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
A patient.
Have a great day. You did very good work. It was done. Yeah. Joshua Estrada. All right, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I believe we've received all the discovery. They were trying to reach out to the complainant. And I just received an offer right now, so we need to discuss that. And Jason, they tried to reach out to the complainant this morning.
All right, how old are you?
21.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can you put this at the end of June for a plea deadline date? All right, so you're gonna come back on June 24th. On June 24th, you need to let me know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Counsel, is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Estrada, anything else? All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
Always good seeing
Good
you.
to see you too.
How's your husband doing?
He's doing good. We're just hanging in there.
Tell him I miss him. Stop in, say hi.
I always tell him, they
Yeah.
just say hello, so I'll tell him.
Okay,
We'll have to all get to do a lunch or
we
something.
do.
That would be fun. I told him.
Okay, let me just tell you, I was sitting on a plane next to somebody who graduated from high school in the 90s and now they're a neurosurgeon. I'm like, okay.
We had taken the sister, she's August sisters when I was a baby.
You know, when people do those things, saying, tell me you're old without telling me you're old. I cannot believe everybody from Melrose Place are in their sixties or seventies. Yeah, yes, they are. You know, and don't even get me started, you know, I grew up on Dynasty and the Colbys and Knots Landing. And there's some people now, and Dabney Coleman, he's passed, but he was 90. I remember him from 9 to 5.
Oh, it just goes too fast. That's
Oh, it does.
You know, when they used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I believed it in high school.
You know,
I remember we were in 11th grade and we're finishing up and it was that summer. And so a lot of us had jobs at different places. And one of my friends had a job at a department store, which was Sears. And she said, oh my gosh, I can't wait till, you know, school starts. We'll be seniors and we'll graduate. And you know what I said? I dread it. And she's like, why? I said, we are moving towards adulthood. And with that comes more problems and more bills.
I tell everybody, why do you want to get out of school so fast? Stay in school, somebody pays for you and you have
Oh,
fun.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You get out, all you have to do is work and pay for somebody.
You know, if I could redo it, high school would be fun to redo again.
Yeah, that would be. Even college, well, the perspectives are so different now.
Oh, it is.
Do something totally different. I don't know. Maybe we'd be out. Stay in Innsbruck at that program.
I would still do it, but hopefully I would come back with the knowledge of the lottery numbers or invest in cell phones.
Yeah. I'm telling you, so different. Good to see you though.
All right, is there a reason why I have this file on Nathaniel Villalobos? Yeah, it shouldn't be up here. It was signed by, I think signed by Judge Her. So that's done. All right, and that's done. Everyone, the court is recessing at noon. Okay, sure.
Is that Pacific time, Joe?
Hmm?
Pacific time?
Well, high noon, like the movie High Noon. All right, who's here on Robert Marble? Mr. Marble? Probation, this is going to be deferred adjudication.
Yes, sir.
Is there a prosecutor who's able? Thank you. And I'll walk you through the plea.
Yes, ma'am.
Court is calling 2024 CR 5197, State of Texas versus Robert Sean Marble. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marjorie Gilmo for the state.
Defense?
Attorney Bill Summers for defense.
And are you Mr. Marble?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Marble, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State you're proceeding on the indictment as presented, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Marble, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that by indictment, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison, and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
In my opinion, he is and was, Your Honor.
Mr. Marble, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's an $800 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 725,620. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand that's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow it?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Your Honor, state offers state's exhibit number 1 and all attachments.
No objection.
Did you may continue to confirm? Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? Okay. A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we were just praying that the court follow the plea agreement. I'll follow the plea agreement.
And Mr. Marrow, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Work for Uber and Lyft.
All right, here's the thing. I don't know if people want to hire you as an Uber or Lyft driver with this.
Excuse me?
I said, I don't know if people would want to hire you as an Uber or Lyft driver with these charges.
Uber. Rhetorical question. Oh, it's rhetorical. I'm sorry.
So, I mean, is Uber and Lyft aware of these charges?
Lyft actually, they ran my background and they terminated me, but Uber is keeping me.
Okay. All right, and then who is Missy Torres to you?
That was a friend.
Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
I have a 14-year-old and a 11-year-old.
And who do they live with?
They live with their mother.
And is that here in Bear County?
Now they live in Arizona, ma'am.
So, drug use, how often are you using drugs?
Not often.
What is not often?
I mean, it's. Be honest. Just around the offense, maybe like a few times a month. Just when I get with friends.
All right, there's an $800 fine. It's going to be probated. There's to be no contact with Missy Torres. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. proof of employment within 30 days of release. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. TAP evaluation in custody. And do a referral to felony drug court. Follow TAP recommendations. Probation, if TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. There should be 90 sober meetings in 90 days upon release. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline. Field visits. One time per month for 4 months. Then at probation's discretion. 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once parenting classes is complete, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Taking consideration 725620 to the clerk. What is the court cost on a second-degree felony drug case?
Court costs start at, $310.
All right.
And there's a sheriff's fee, but that differs.
All right, your court costs are gonna be approximately $380. Will you be able to pay that in installments?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then there'll be restitution, if any, for drug testing. And counsel, if you feel as though the drug testing fee is too high and doesn't appear appropriate, then just let the court know. We can always have a hearing on that. Probation, is there anything else he needs? It is SAPD. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
34.
All right, you're 34. You have 2 teenagers. They're supposed to be looking up to you. You're supposed to be stand up and be a parent in their life. And right now, you're doing horribly wrong.
Well, ma'am, I had let's listen to the court. She didn't ask for comments. If you ask for comments, she'll ask. Okay.
So here's the thing. I don't know what you're about to say, but you're doing horribly wrong. Let me tell you how you're doing wrong. You're in custody. You're with somebody who you say is just a friend, somebody named Missy. I read the police report. She had warrants out of this, from a different county other than Bear County. That's the person you're hanging around with. And if you had contact with your children, and let's say it was your visitation, then guess what? She would have been around your children. So either you want to be a stand-up guy and be a father, because children need fathers in their lives, or either you're just some guy who's out here just having children and depending on somebody else to be their father figure and take care of them. You're gonna have to change. Everybody starts off not where hopefully they intend to be. Everybody's trying to improve. So improve. You understand?
I understand. Ma'am.
All right. If anything happens and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to court. You understand?
Okay. And Judge, there's no space on him doing the tap in custody.
No, he's doing tap in custody.
So what that means is just.
Back on the record, I'm so sorry. Your term of deferred adjudication is 5 years. This is what happens when you're gone for a while. All right, could I see his phone again? LaShawn, you're on it. I'm still suffering jet lag. Oh, have evaluation 2 weeks, probation, felony drug court will be able to see you this week.
Yeah.
And if felony drug court accepts you, then they'll take over your probation. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
But
welcome.
I'm also really good.
Renee Signs,
On him.
come down, Mr. Signs. Hello. What is happening?
Good morning, Judge. Luis Martinez filed his notice on this case, I think, this morning or last night. He's in custody because another case was filed and he raised the bond. Luis is taking care of that also. So my understanding was talking with his new counsel, is that they're working on the bond process, but he's probably gonna have to go all the way.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll just reset this. Does anybody know what is the new case?
It's a possession 4200.
Oh, this one right here? All right.
Yeah, this is but that's.
And do we know, is the new case, has that been indicted or no?
It's unindicted, yeah.
Unindicted.
Oh,
Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
All right, Norma, on this case, can you recall for the end of June? All right, and Norma, if he could get a reset form in case he's bonded out. So we'll bring you back on June 24th. If you're bonded out, you're gonna get a reset form so you'll know to be here. All right, and thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. It's always traumatic when somebody comes in dressed for court and then next thing you know, they're in custody. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Christopher Jones? Yes, what's happening with this case?
Good morning, Your Honor. David McClain from the defense. We conferred on this case and we've got a discrepancy on the way the MTR was filed. So we were going to try to do a contested on this. We're going to ask for 30 days if that was possible. We've also got another case that's coming down, so we're trying to figure out maybe we can work on that case as well. It's a misdemeanor.
All right, what case is this?
In terms of the misdemeanor, there's a misdemeanor terroristic threat, Your Honor, wherein the allegation is that the defendant made a threatening comment to his ex-wife's or ex-partner's current boyfriend.
There's a divorce going on in this case right now, so they're separated.
All right, so is that the complainant who's listed in allegation of condition number 19?
The allegation in condition number 19, Your Honor, that's an individual from the underlying initial in time
Okay.
case. So they don't have any current status as a victim with respect to pending or future litigation, Your Honor, but they are involved in the sphere, if you will.
All right, so why do we need 30 days for a contested hearing? The only thing I see in the motion to revoke is not having an informant, contacting Ms. Jones.
If it's okay, we would love the opportunity to kind of further, I actually have a note already down to kind of follow up with these misdemeanors. It's a really bare bones report. I would love to just dot my i's and cross my t's, Judge, on that case in particular, as it informs our MTR.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for contested MTR early June, and it's going on this date that y'all are about to receive.
Yes, Judge, yes, we're gonna figure this one out, but I appreciate the
Okay.
court, we appreciate the court's time, Judge.
Oh, thank you. June 11th,
Judge, that's a Tuesday. Is there any other day we can do it?
June 10th? Is that possible?
Yes, ma'am. 10th works. Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
All right, June 10th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, June 10th.
Thank you.
All right, do you have any questions? All right, we'll see you back on June 10th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't mind saying that right now. No, absolutely. Still superimposed that one. Right?
Darwin Gomez,
Yes, Judge.
where's he?
It's set tomorrow, Judge. I was being kind of proactive with the court. I was asking the court, and I've confirmed with the state. Tomorrow morning, I have a graduation with Great Hearts, and then I have Chambers County at 1:30, which is like a 4-hour drive, and I was gonna ask the court if you could.
People always think other counties are more important than there.
It's a final plea on a DWI case that we got worked out. And I was just hoping the court would let me just recall it either a day or a week or just.
Oh. I always tell people.
And it's not that they're.
Bear County starts with a B. With a B.
Well, it's not that they're more important, it's that they're just,
All right, see, you know what? Is this where we do the therapy session? I feel
Judge, I'm happy to do that right now.
I feel that other people feel that other counties are more important.
And I feel hurt that Mark doesn't want to spend time with us, so.
Yes, I'm devastated by it all. All right, so what we'll do is we can recall it for the 23rd.
of May,
Yes.
we just make sure.
Ms. Ferguson, is May 23rd okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna see if he comes here. I'm gonna make a notation and see if he comes here first.
I'm gonna put it in my personal calendar. I want to see, you know.
Well, this is my first court in my heart.
Oh, see.
Oh, see, Judge.
You know what? See, let me just tell you what he's doing. He's doing like when your child gets a tattoo and you told him not to, but then they come back and it says, love, mom.
Uh-huh.
And so you're upset, but I mean,
How do you get
what
mad
can you
about
say?
that?
Yeah. So that's what he's doing. You're first in our hearts. I'm like, okay. All right, we'll be back on May 23rd.
Yes, Judge, thank you so much.
All right, May 23rd.
May we excuse, Your Honor?
Yes, yes.
I'll see you Thursday.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
And Norma, if you'll start video. All right, who's here on Jaime Torres?
Just for the record, Your Honor.
Oh, we're not on the record yet.
Well, I'm just saying, we had to be in 2 other counties, one of which we live in, but we came here first.
Oh, look at you. Thank you. I would give everybody a pass if they said, I had to be in a parish. Then I'd be like, yeah, Louisiana's representing. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 4913, 4914, and 5080, State of Texas versus Jaime Torres. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marguerite Helen for the state.
Defense.
Aaron Seymour and Tommy Vaughn for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Torres?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
We did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Torres, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication
Yes, ma'am.
with your attorneys? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the documents entitled True Bill of Indictment in each cause with your attorneys? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented in each cause number? All right. Mr. Torres, did you review the documents entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney and each cause number? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in each cause number, you're charged with the offense of aggravated robbery? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years in life and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into pleas in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication in each of these cause numbers?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Torres, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the pleas?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorneys? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state is opposed to your application. All the cases will run concurrent. There's to be a cap of 10 years. The state is, again, opposed to your application. There's a $2,000 fine, and there's to be restitution and the cause number ending in 5080 to Mr. Guerrero, and the cause number ending in 4914, Ethan Davis, in the amount of $180, and the cause number ending in 4913, Ethan Espinoza, in the amount of $50. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorneys? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
I'm sorry.
Have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Then each of the cause numbers, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence.
Your Honor, for each class number, we would offer states exhibit number 1 and all attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review the documents entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorneys? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. All right, we can go off the record. Do y'all have any evidence that you would be presenting at sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, how much time do y'all need?
We have a few witnesses, Your Honor.
No, I mean an hour for the sentencing, but what date do you all want to come back? That's what I'm.
Oh, I guess, you know, I have to check my calendar, but I have some vacations with my kids planned, but other than that, we're available to do it as soon as we can get a PSI done. Really.
All right, are you requesting a PSI? Because what I'll need is a TAP evaluation. That takes 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I'll need the state to pull this criminal history for the board.
Okay.
I mean, is there anything else that you would want done?
So, I mean, let the TAP cover this substance abuse
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Or just the TAP?
Yeah.
All right. So, Ms. Abrams. 2 to 3 weeks?
Yes, sir.
All right, 2 to 3 weeks.
Do we have a specific date in mind?
Oh,
sure.
I think the 13th or the 20th.
June 13th or June 20th?
I'm sorry, June 13th or?
20th.
The 13th is when I'll be out.
Okay.
At the 20th, that'll work.
All right, so we'll come back on June 20th. And state, if you'll make sure you have the criminal history. And I'll order a TAP evaluation. What will happen is we'll come back on June 20th. On June 20th, I'll make a decision on your application based upon, of course, the TAP evaluation and any other evidence that's submitted. All right, is there anything else from either side?
Not at this time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for choosing us first.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Tommy Hall.
That's what we had today. May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
BAUGHN. I take 3 weeks off during the summer and go on a trip with my kids.
Where are you guys headed?
So I think we're gonna do Big Bend, the
Okay.
camp the first time.
Oh,
We also take a week and go out and see my brother in California with the cousins.
awesome.
And then we try to do something more interactive, but closer to home for the third week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, who's here on John Narano? All right, when you come forward, probation, there are no applications. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 9359, State of Texas versus John Narano. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense,
Brian Kimbrough for Mr. Arano.
are you Mr. Narano?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Narano, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we're waiving the enhancements proceeding on the state jail felony.
No objection.
All right. Did you review court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility
Yeah.
and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering these plea bargaining agreements, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Norano, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a US citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the state jail facility. There are no applications. State will take in consideration County Court Cause number 729063. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No,
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. City exhibit number 112.
Any objection?
No.
All right, counsel, you may consider confer. Did you review the waiver of appeal document? I'm sorry, did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulations of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. Court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Ask you to follow the plea bargain, Your Honor.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 180 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, taking consideration 729063. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you, sir? How old are you?
39.
All right, so drugs are not good, right?
No.
Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't be that person that gets a bad batch of drugs and you end up in some field or on a corner and somebody has to come and identify you. You need to start being a stand-up person. There are plenty of places in San Antonio that are free to help you with your drug addiction. When you're released from the state jail facility, if you can't find them, if I'm still here, you can come back here and I will give you locations of where to go. And I will pick up the phone and call somebody so you can get into treatment. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I would love that.
All right. Make sure it happens. I'll be waiting for you.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Patricia Munoz. Where's she?
It is not on the docket today, Your Honor. It's set on Thursday. And I've had last minute plans to leave out of town. I was hoping I could either move it up or move it to the following week.
All right. So it is set on Thursday. All right. It's set May 21st. That's tomorrow. Patricia Nicole Munoz. I have it written down here. Plea deadline, May 21st.
Well, if that's the case, then that's fine. I'll be here tomorrow.
All right, just admit it. You wanted to come to the 187th and see everybody.
That's right.
Okay.
I have one more though.
All right, Mario Kellum.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And so is that one on Thursday?
No, that one's on Thursday, but Norma, on Kellum, can we move this to the 21st as well? Okay.
I will be.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Is Kellum on bond?
I don't know for sure, Judge, but I'll make sure he knows.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Pete Garcia. Hello. Hey.
Judge, this is gonna be a plea.
Okay.
However, paperwork, I'm having trouble printing out the
Yeah.
judgments. Can we bring it back tomorrow?
All right, we can either bring it back tomorrow or this afternoon, whichever you all prefer.
Whatever. y'all-
It depends on, I'm saying tomorrow morning's fine.
All right, y'all want to do it this afternoon? I'll be here.
I just didn't want to.
It doesn't, I just,
Is
the
it?
system was down. I don't know what was wrong with it. I don't have the judgments in the file, so that's the issue.
All right, so everyone, this is what we're doing. It's 12:10. We're gonna take our break because I think everybody needs a break. It's Monday. We all expected to be retired. We're not. We didn't win the $1.6 billion. Somebody else did. Now there's a fight over it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And did you hear about the lady who won money at a slot machine? $2 million. And then, everybody's cheering her on because she was like, I put so much money in that machine. And then the attendant comes over, they open it up and they say, yeah, this is a tilt. So you don't win, but we'll give you $350.
Wow.
And she said no, and she picked up the phone and called an attorney. So they're being sued.